For Chapter 5 of my Super Robot Wars OG1 Ryusei route playthrough, Ingram establishes Team SRX, a special task force for secret purposes. And the first mission for Ryusei, Aya, and Rai is to head to Antarctica to safeguard a conference hosted to showcase the new mech, the Grandson. Whilst the plot says some stuff about hosting the meeting in Antarctica to avoid suspicions, but we all know why they really held a conference in Antarctica. That's right, penguin pilots. The conference is also attended by aliens. Interesting. We're then introduced to Grandson and the extremely pompous man piloting it. But the Grandson immediately attacks the alien ship, which means aggroes all of the other aliens and we have to defeat them all. The secret requirement here is to defeat all the bugs before turn 3, and we just use the old faithful focus into attack to clear that. After killing the alien bugs, the pompous man reveals himself to be Shirakawa, a scientist whose plans are just way too complicated to explain to us simple-minded fools. Shu fires a black hole at the Shirogane, sinking it, and then another mech joins the fight, this time on our side. It's a side-buster Misaki, a hot-blooded pilot on the hunt for Shu. Shu sees that his elaborate plan did not include the appearance of Misaki, and he immediately pieces out of there, ending the chapter, and Misaki gives chase. After the fight, we found out that Shu is currently working under Jeff Muskberg, who has now established the Divine Crusaders, aka the Amazon Army. Jeff declares war on the aliens on behalf of Earth and tells every other person on Earth to suck it and take it up to Amazon customer service if they have any complaints. Chapter 6 begins with the Earth's political leader all discussing how to handle Jeff's provocation, and a bunch of DC jets invades Japan. We're now introduced to 3 new characters. Latuni, who is a shy girl with a dark past. She's a great mech pilot with a higher void. Garnet, a happy-go-lucky girl who isn't very good in combat but can grant both luck and gain to a unit, enabling to earn double EXP and double money from bosses. And Jada, Gun's boyfriend. All 3 units start off in jets, which aren't very tanky with only 2k HP and can easily be shot down. Thankfully, the jets are relatively evasive, so we can still do the put unit in the middle of enemy and pray tactic, especially with Latuni, who has focus. The bonus for this chapter is to defeat all enemies within 4 turns, and we easily do that, with the help of reinforcements from the SRX teams. We are also introduced to Kai, a mentor-like figure to everyone, and only playable for like 5 chapters. After defeating all the enemies, a nuke has suddenly warped in and we're forced to retreat. Not before Ryusei lamenting how he couldn't just slice the nuke in half, or Jet Street Sand style. Kuzuha is also unethically coerced into joining the Medics Guild by her doctor. For Chapter 7, we're given control of Ermgard from the last chapter, who's a good offensive pilot held back by the fact that he is in a bad mech. The mission here is to prevent the 2 nuclear subs from escaping, and not to defeat them, but drop them below a certain health threshold. So I form a mech wall in the water, and because submarines cannot grow legs, they can't reach the escape point. LTG also shows up this chapter and was promptly removed. After that, we just weaken the stranded subs and finish the chapter. At the end of this chapter, Ryusei still ruminates about how this is not a game at all, and not before the cliche question of what do you fight for was asked of him, because Ryusei knows that unlike video games, there are no loot crates for war.